Keith, I'm a local hero.
Why?
I saved the whole school. Fire!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
You're a hero? You didn't even tell me about this. What happened?
This happened today. I walked into my my coworker's room.
Yeah.
And because she's got a microwave, I wanted to warm up my lunch.
Sure.
And there's no one in there.
No.
The microwave is just in flames. I was
Just
like,
in
oh,
flames. Somebody was just like microwaving fish for a day or something
Right,
terrible.
no. Somebody had put her soup in there, but unbeknownst
How do
to
you
her,
make soup catch fire? Jesus Christ.
unbeknownst to her, there was a napkin sitting in the back, like wrapped around some like nachos or whatever.
Yeah.
And that caught fire and just fucking went up.
Oh,
so I
that's
walk
crazy.
in and I think I should turn that microwave off.
Yeah, you should.
Stare
Well,
at it. Stare at it. I should put that fire out.
You were staring at it.
Yeah, I thought about, I should put the fire out too. It's not going to solve the problem by itself.
Just turning off the microwave. Well, that's great news. That's fantastic. I'm proud to have you on our show.
Yeah.
I have some good news too. I started dieting recently in the last couple of months. I am down 15 pounds, which is
Sweet.
pretty great.
Fancy Moses.
Yeah, isn't that great? I don't know
You
if I'll
can
keep
really
it off.
see it in your face.
Yeah, mainly underneath my beard, and I don't know if I'll keep it off because the weather's getting nicer, and so my understanding is that it's easy to kind of lose fat, but then when you start exercising, you replace that fat with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions they have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture. As impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, I'm Keith, and my co-host is Victor. Say hello, Victor.
Hello.
Hey, and more importantly, straight from the inferno, we have Anthony Dante. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So yeah, I've the muscles. It's replaced by muscles. That's actually what it's. Just in case you were confused. Do diet. Yeah, you should.
Nobody was wondering.
Yeah, you should exercise. Don't worry, you will not be replaced with us. So how about you? Have you had any of experience with the low carb or what is the thing now that the people are doing? Keto, is that?
Yeah, man. Anyone that knows me is just going to roll their eyes right now because they automatically know that this is one of those subjects that I harp on, and I just,
it's like we knew, like we did a web search for Anthony Dante, and then we found out just about coconut oil.
So let me get out my soapbox now. And,
you have a soapbox.
Right.
No.
Is it made of coconut oil?
yeah, built on the lies of coconut oil. Congratulations first. 15 pounds, that's solid.
Yeah, not 50. Let's be very clear. It's just 15. Yeah, but still, it's a step in the right direction.
So let me ask you, what was your main method for tackling the first 15?
I stopped eating so much food, and then mainly cut out all of the candy and I think I liked carbs a lot, and so that was a go-to. Like if I was hungry, even if I wasn't making something like super bad for me, maybe just like a bowl of rice and some stuff in it, or it was like always just a carb with some stuff. So I just kind of cut out the carb and just stuck with more of the stuff.
I mean, they're the most delicious thing in the world is carbs.
Nah, man,
let's
carbs
face
go
it.
straight to my hips.
Yeah.
Straight to my hips. That and that flap that's under your arm,
Oh, yeah?
So
Which is bad because you're a teacher, and then you get teacher arm because you're like, and here's the math problem, blah, 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 blah,
flop,
blah,
flop,
blah.
flop, flop, flop.
And that's all the students can look at from that point forward, right? Is they're
That's
just
terrible.
like, oh my God, it's still moving. The wave has persisted for a minute.
You're not taking anything out of that class.
No, not at all. You're just gonna go flappy, flappy.
I'll just get
flappy.
the American flag tattooed on my arm, and they can say the pledge to my arm.
Look, it's
Pledge
waving.
allegiance to Mr. M's arm.
The wind must be very heavy today.
That's fine.
So what would you suggest for me for the next 15 pounds? What should I be changing up? Smaller portions, not doing carbs so much. I've heard that there's like macros and things that I can look into as a semi-professional dietitian.
Oh man. So
don't drink any water.
And any water, that helps.
Yeah.
None.
Because I've heard horrible things about water weight gain. So if I just get rid of water, that would help.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you watch It's Always Sunny, you can just do what Dennis did on that one episode and just get really gaunt. Just get really gaunt. No, so I don't know. I'm
so far gaunt, man.
Yeah.
I'm way gaunt.
Damn it.
Yeah. Need a little makeup for the cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I lost 150 pounds.
What?
That's my claim to fame. With
From
that.
where?
Oh man,
was it all in your face?
all of it. Yeah, all of it.
Just all head.
It's all neck.
Yeah.
You know?
Were you like a manhole cover before? 'Cause
Yeah.
Your face is not huge anymore.
Yeah, that's remarkable. Okay, so no wonder you're
150
passionate.
pounds. That's a me.
Yeah, man.
You lost a me.
You lost Victor.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's a solid audible.
Yeah.
I started when I was in college, which is the hardest part because
By only eating Subway sandwiches
the Jared man. It was tough. I mean,
and touching kids.
yeah,
That's part of the diet.
He went there.
That's the diet. That's what I understand is the diet, right? You have to touch children and give them sandwiches.
yeah, and not get
Just pat them on the
found
back.
out for years on end.
Well, no,
Just keep
because he's
doing
losing
that.
more weight now because he has to run constantly while he's in prison.
Yeah, they don't take too well to
No.
to that kind of thing
Nor
in
should
the
they.
big house. My dad's a prison guard, so get all the good stories.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's a little extra for you. I think
for
that's the little extra ring of hell that you get in prison.
Yeah, for sure.
So in college, you started to lose weight.
Yeah. And that was just very basic. It was like, all right, I'm not going to drink a 30 rack. I'm not going to, that's like step one,
Quitter.
Yeah.
no pizza, throw that out the window. Let's chill on the dry ramen.
Yeah.
You're not even boiling it, just eating it. So we didn't do that.
I like a cracker.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I just went the dumb route. Chicken breast and broccoli, right? That's what everybody does. And that's a pretty good start. I mean, you're going to get rid of a lot of extra things that don't belong in they call it the SAD diet, the standard American diet.
Ah, sure. Yeah. And where you have all the breads and grains and you've got all the other things.
So I also used to teach school for a limited time. I was an 8th grade teacher for a little bit. And if you go into a school, I know. If you go into a school now, I'm sure it's the same. You got that pyramid, and what do they preach? The wheats and the grains and the
I believe
cereals.
it's candy,
That's the
and then
biggest
just
serving.
above that is strippers.
Yeah.
Right, and
Absolutely.
then
And the
monster
picture,
trucks.
and then the vegetable thing, they just have a picture of a ketchup bottle. Heinz. Yep, there you go.
It's close enough. Soup that's on fire. And so you ended up losing a bunch of weight by doing chicken and broccoli. And
Yeah, so the first 50 came. I was tipping the scale at like 370.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I was
that's
a big
like
dude.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
that's like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I don't know how
So,
big he was, but he was at least that big.
Yeah.
It took him a barrel of beer to get drunk, sometimes two.
Yeah. He was. a
So
big
you
guy.
got the first 50 off that way.
Man,
and
it
then
was so easy. And then I
got bored of that and hated your life.
I got really lucky, and I met my Obi-Wan. I met an Obi-Wan, a mentor.
Oh, okay.
At the local gym. So the college gym
Yeah.
was also a local gym for the townies.
Okay.
So
That's
they
cool.
could come.
Yeah.
He was an older cat, and he was like old man jacked. You know what I mean? You could tell this
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Could do the whole orange trick with the bicep. And so he just he hooked me up with knowledge. He probably saw me and was just like, God, this guy is so pathetic. I need to just help this man.
Because you were at the gym just eating chicken breast and broccoli and not exercising.
just like a Planet Fitness, man. They give you the pizza, treadmill.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this. So that
place
was
makes so
really the
much sense.
start. And then from there, it snowballed into so many different things. I like to say that I consider myself I was just my own test subject.
Yeah.
Just trying everything.
Trying everything.
And a lot of it worked, a lot of it didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then you moved into music. When did you start music?
Oh man, I've always been playing music since I was
Were you a 350-pound man with a tiny guitar? Be honest.
Yep.
big man
admit it.
on a little guitar.
Yeah, just a uke and just you
Yeah.
singing with a high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
Throwing
There's a
people off.
market for that.
Yeah, no,
I'm certain.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No. There's a website. I'm sure.
Yeah.
When did you start doing music?
My parents bought me my first guitar when I was 7th grade. I had this like cardboard cutout that I made, and I used pipe cleaners as the strings, and I was practicing like chords.
Okay.
And not.
Oh, wow.
And so my dad was like, "All right, we'll get you a damn guitar."
They're like, God, this is pathetic.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
jeez.
All right.
Yeah. So
Man, all I want is a guitar. I made one.
Just get him a guitar.
Yeah.
We have like a Christmas story, but it's not a gun, it's a guitar.
Yeah. And so you have
got
a brand
tongue
new
stuck to a pole.
Yeah. That you have an album that just came out, an EP called Mountain Songs.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And we have a track from that called On the Line. If anybody's super interested and you cannot wait, we will have a clip later in the show, but if you fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this podcast, you can listen to the entire track and then come back and join us. Just remember where you are right now. When did that come out?
In February, like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, great. And do you have albums before that, or is this your first?
This is my first. I was with a band in college, and we had a blast, man. We had a little bit of success. We opened up for the Jay Giles band.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was really cool. So we were we were touring up and down New England and whatnot. So it was great.
So the EP has been available online, but you're releasing it officially on Friday, March 23rd at Gypsy Sally's, right? That's the big extravaganza.
Yeah, that's the baptism. We're gonna kick it off,
and that's down in Washington D.C. I assume you'll be playing On the Line down at the show,
for sure.
And the other tracks from the EP, and there'll be CDs available there, or
so no, I didn't do the CD thing.
Oh, okay, okay,
because it's like, I'm gonna go listen to this in my car. You know?
Yeah, but if people do want to hear the entire EP, they can go up to www.anthonydante.com.
That's right. Yep.
And stream it for free.
Yes, sir.
So that's even better, right?
Yep. Stream it for free. Spotify. all the normal media outlets that you can grab it on.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And letting us know a little bit about your background. Even though you have more of a background being a dietitian and a musician, we're going to take a moment and switch your hat to a brand new role you've never tried before.
All right.
This is called The Weather Report. We're going to have you try your hand at being the editor-in-chief of a brand new publication.
Jeez. We,
as your reporters, we're going to bring you some stories. You get to decide whether or not they make it into the publication. And we at the end, we'll find out what the name of your brand new publication is, so that people can go up to the newsstands and find it themselves. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our lead reporter and man with the the dad bod. It is my reporter Victor. What do you have for us?
So, local man heroically extinguishes microwave and saves entire elementary school.
That was you. That's just you. That's not news.
Sorry.
You did that.
Same guy pulled over on the side of the road to save an entire box of kittens, puppies, and babies.
I mean, that's pretty newsworthy.
That's pretty solid.
Was that still you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't do that. There's no way you did that. God damn it, Victor. Give some news like a professional.
Why do you think I'm always late to work? Puppies, kittens, and babies.
Right.
Well,
what kind of route do you take to work?
All of it.
The kitten trail to work?
Not the Beltway.
Yeah.
Definitely not the Beltway.
All right. So what's your first story? Is that are you going with that? I will make him judge you if you want.
No, that'll be my second story. So
all right.
This one, it's Lego is looking for a new master model builder, and it says 27,000 pounds a year. So that's like, I'm not very good at math.
Of Legos.
$350,000 million.
Yes.
A year.
Probably.
To be a new master model builder. My question is, I have to find out, and I will do my research as your reporter.
Sure.
What is the job interview like?
I assume
what qualifications do you have to have?
I assume you have to take your shoes off and walk across a room full.
I think
right.
I think it is very much like.
yeah.
You guys seen the movie Men in Black?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
I think you just wake up in a room, and you're just surrounded by guys in suits and uniforms.
Oh right.
And then someone with like a crew cut,
like a green
and like
beret
a
next to
4-star
you.
general just comes in and just puts down this treasure chest of Legos, and it's like, all right, build me a drone.
Drone, right? It's something
I feel
ridiculous.
like
Like it's all just those.
build the Death Star with no instructions. you
Right.
know?
And if you can, then you're in. Yeah. The weird thing is, I want to say we reported on something like this last year, didn't we? I thought they were looking for a master builder last year, so that didn't go well. Right. Like there was
apparently this
dropped
is
the
pretty recent article.
yeah. So well, who knows? Maybe there was a really unfortunate like Lego earthquake that took a man's
Maybe
life.
somebody actually died from stepping on a Lego and they need to replace this guy.
That could be.
This could
Or
be fake
lady.
news, but I feel like I saw on the internets somewhere that Lego just admitted that they officially made too many pieces.
Too many
They were
pieces.
like, we have gone too far. We
is
have gone
ridiculous.
too far. But if you've
How
ever
does
been
that
to the
make
Mall of
sense?
America,
Yeah.
it's intense. Like they have a Lego store, but it
Sure.
is like the store.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's
no.
like a huge Viking with an axe standing like 10 feet tall in front of you of Legos. And you're like, wow, this is what they're going to remember us for when we're all gone.
As much as they say they've made too many Legos, they've definitely not made too many wings. Because I remember having sets and I'd always lose one fucking wing
Yeah, man.
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know this came with 2 wings. Where is the other wing?
Right.
So-
Did they just make like a whole bunch of shitty red bricks? Because that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
'Cause nobody
or they're
wants
like
those.
yellow. Yellow's the worst color brick because that's not even a house.
You just want gray all the time, everywhere.
I need all the black and gray pieces. I need them over
yeah,
here.
absolutely. So is it news?
I think so. You want to know why? Because every news periodical has to have a jobs section.
there you go.
You could have a job section
And I think-
with
I think
Lego.
Unemployed people.
This
Yeah.
one, we coin it or we brand it unique jobs
Yeah,
for the layman
I like it.
that normally you wouldn't have access to. But for this periodical,
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
I want to know what your like resume has to look like. Because is there like a not master builder title where you're like, I'm a junior builder.
I've played
Can you
3,000
spell
hours of
Lego?
Minecraft.
Yeah,
so,
right. I have no idea. All right, well, let's see if I can do better than that. Anthony,
Sir.
do you know how some places have a special bin for trash and one for paper and one for plastic and one for hands? No? No? Well, yeah, that seems to be the problem in
Hold on. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the problem in Russia too, where a guy found 54 human hands in the snow.
No way.
Yeah.
In the snow? Just
in the snow.
like not buried like on the snow
Just
or in the
on-
snow?
Yeah, just in the snow. Like
That
not
one little
buried in the
word.
ground. It's not like something dug it up. They were just in the snow. And so he went to the authorities. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did the authorities tell him to return all these hands to a nearby high-five factory? No.
Oh my God.
They did
Really?
not.
You went there.
Well, you know,
No, they were like, hey, no big deal. They're just rubbish. In Russia. Yeah, in Russia, 54 hands. The authorities go, yeah, that just happens in Russia.
At least it's an even number.
That's
I was
true.
going to say, okay, so you stole my thunder there. I was going to say, we make a section now called evens and odds.
Right.
Sounds arbitrary. Sounds at first arbitrary, but you have, maybe something about human hands in snow.
That's true. Or what we could do is we could have classifieds, right? Right, where a section where you're selling things, and we could sell secondhand hands.
Well done, sir.
Where else?
You're
could you
the
get
worst. You're just the worst.
So it turns out this actually might have been true, though. There's a forensic medical facility nearby that often receives the hands of Boris and Natasha Does. I assume that's what you call them. I don't. For identification. And so they just get the hands. Now, after identification, the hands should be cremated. But as you know what they say, one in the hand, throw it in the bush. I think no?
You're just.
Is that
I
savage?
cannot stop this snowball. It's just getting
Yeah.
worse and worse.
And the snowball does have hands in it, too.
That's true. Exactly.
54 hands in this snowball.
I don't like. If you want, I can do the rest of the puns myself, or you can give me a hand.
Good, let me lend you a hand there.
Ah! All right,
Nah,
so-
man, I'm gonna steal your thunder. 5-finger discount right there.
Oh, man. I feel inferior now.
Oh,
I have to come
yeah.
up with something witty about hands.
That's all right. That was a terrible pun, though, and I caught you red-handed. All right, is it news?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the evens and odds, man.
All right, excellent. I got one.
Absolutely.
Victor.
All right. This actually will tie into my our two sort of lightning roundish titles.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I have a theme: poorly worded headlines. All right. I'm sure you can guess what this next one is actually about, but the headline makes it so much interesting. Furious horse throws
So
off
much
dancer wearing only thong and bra after being forced to perform in nightclub.
Wait, you should have just done this for the lightning round. I don't need to know anything else.
The question
Now,
is,
the question is, did the horse wear the thong and bra and perform in the nightclub?
Yeah.
Or was the woman that it threw off, the dancer that it threw off?
We need more
forced to perform?
punctuation, is what you're saying.
yeah. It
We need
seems like
some
there are
sort
more
of
questions than
regulation
answers with this headline.
Yeah.
And furthermore, who was the one that wasn't allowed in? Was it the horse or the woman?
Right.
That's what I want
Right.
to know.
That is, so there you go. We need to know more about this. What has happened, Victor?
So it says,
Did the horse...
animal rights activists have voiced their horror after footage emerged showing them a terrified horse throwing off a dancer in front of a large crowd. It was startled, it bucked, and she fell. I mean, big
Yeah.
deal. It's the title that gets me.
Right. No, it was, well, it didn't buck. It was probably grabbing for the pole so it could do a move.
Right. It shows a woman wearing a thong attempting to ride the animal in front of clubbers. I'm thinking maybe she had like swamp ass or something.
Yeah. It's, I would have much rather had a horse wearing a thong that was allowed into the club, and that the girl normally dressed was not.
Hey, we've made great strides in animal rights.
Yeah,
They
we have.
You know, they have a right to a profession,
Yeah.
career even.
Horses are people too.
I can tell you firsthand, I was a door guy at a bar for around 2 years. There are certain times where I would have much rather let a horse in than some some people.
You're like you.
Yeah.
Oh God, why
Look at that
you?
crowd of like 8 white guys coming in all wearing the same shirt.
And you just throw badgers at them. So
I see what you did there.
is it news?
I don't know. This one seems. See, I don't have like a clear indication of what
It's like
section.
clickbait, I think, for your periodical
Yeah,
there.
that's clear clickbait.
You can't really have
so,
clickbait on a periodical.
You shut your mouth, Keith. It's not your periodical.
You don't
Yeah.
click on a newspaper.
I don't know.
You know what, Keith? Talk to the hand, all right?
Oh yes, I see what you've done there. The Russian hand.
It's
All right, so
it's not in a hurry.
no.
I'm gonna have to turn this one down.
All
I'm gonna
right,
have to turn
that's
this
fair.
one down.
All right, fine.
That is fair. I can take the lead now. I'm pretty excited. In the UK, some Cornish people have threatened to cancel their memberships to the National Trust, which is similar to the US Park Service,
Okay.
due to an unacceptable, shocking, and disgusting Mother's Day photograph that they released. I'll wait while you try to figure out what was in the photograph. Anyone? Did you guess a scone that had clotted cream and then jam spread on it? Huh?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Right. Jesus Christ, people. They reassured the public with the following press release. We'd like to reassure our Cornish community that our catering team would never make such a hideous mistake, and that our jam and cream are usually served in little pots, so the order of their application is not subject to such appalling error. Rest assured, your mothers are safe here. Except it's not all mothers, because the Queen actually takes her scones cream first and then jam.
Oh,
So-
suck on that.
Damn.
Wow. This is a whole world that I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
You know?
It's big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we want to be culturally sensitive and understand that there are other things going on in the world, we just might want to add this.
Yeah.
So is it news?
I don't know.
You bigot! You're a xenophobic
Yeah.
racist.
You know, I love cream and jelly just as much as the next
bet you
queen, but I think
That went a different direction, didn't
yeah.
it?
I think once again.
I like cream and jelly just like the next queen.
Yeah, that's right. There's no
I take back the bigot statement.
there's no section that this just immediately manifests
He
itself
said
in.
sex.
Sex shown.
Yeah. Well,
So-
bon appetit. You know, it would be,
She said bone.
yeah, you could have recipes on
Yeah.
how to make either a cream first scone or a jam first scone. And just how is that process?
Wow.
I'm gonna give a quick no.
Nah!
quick hard no.
God.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, fine.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
we're tied up. We're going to go into the lightning round. Victor, try and wow him with your short headline.
Actually, I'm going to shoot a few at you, and you just say yes or no, whether it goes in.
Perfect.
All right? Ready?
I like it.
New vaccine may contain rabies.
Yes.
Kids make nutritious snacks.
Again, it's vague. That's one of you're just going for
Yeah,
vague.
these are
ones.
terrible.
We're going no on that because kids don't know jack about any of that.
That's
No, yeah, they don't need
that's
to
not what
because
it's-
they are the nutritious snacks.
Let's see. Man struck by lightning faces battery charge.
You're taking a bunch of them.
Typhoon rips through cemetery. Hundreds dead.
Wait,
Love it.
but they were already dead.
Love it. Love it.
Panda mating fails. Veterinarian takes over.
Ooh.
These are just ridiculous headlines you found on a website. These didn't even happen, did they?
Oh, they did.
Like
Is there a
this.
ring of debris around Uranus?
These didn't
Ooh.
happen this week. There's no
that
way.
one's tough. That's a tough
Well,
one.
here's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Bridge closure date, Thursday or October.
All right. You kind of did the rapid one for them. I thought we were going to bounce back and forth with just
Sorry,
a
I
couple.
got excited.
But he got very excited. He's an excitable boy. So here are a couple ones I'd like to throw at you. A California lawmaker named Huggy Bear told to stop hugging people.
Yep. Getting that one right in there.
Yeah.
I want to meet this guy.
That is a real
We're
story.
going to do a biopic on this dude.
Yeah. Last name Herzberg, known for hugging people. And they said, please stop doing that.
Sir.
This one I thought was interesting. Americans spend an average of $448 per person in 2017, nearly doubling what they did in 2016, which equates to billions of dollars spent on drunk shopping per year nationwide.
It's better than drunk Facebooking. I can tell you that right now.
Guilty.
Depends what your taste is when you're drunk. Because you might be like, chocolate underwear seems weird.
Yeah.
And never have a use for that.
But if you're blacked out, it's like a surprise that you bought yourself.
Right.
You know you'll like it.
Right. It's not necessarily a good gift. You hope that drunk you also includes a gift receipt. Because
You hope that drunk you isn't an asshole and buys you like, here's a 6-foot dildo.
Right.
Enjoy that.
Right. So is it news? Did that?
The headline's really long.
It's a longer.
That's a
yeah,
long
I think it had to
headline.
like capture it. We can make it down to billions of dollars wasted on drunk shopping per year nationwide.
I kind of like the long headline because it goes very well with the brand of the periodical, which I guess I'll reveal towards the end.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I don't know what the score is, so we're just going to call it a tie. What do you
Okay.
think?
Sure,
Victor
sounds good to
cheated
me.
by doing like 1,000.
Yeah, rapid fire.
I just kept laughing as I found these. I was like, that's hilarious. I will throw that on. That one's great. So I couldn't resist.
All right, so we've got some articles in there. It looks like we've got some dead hands that are happening. Hands across Russia.
Idle hand.
Yes, and we have nothing about scones. Unfortunately, Victor, which one did he pick of yours?
The Lego.
The Legos.
Yeah.
That goes
So
in
we
the,
have yeah. So what would you like to name this publication for those who would like to find it on their newsstands?
This publication is called The Little Elephant Letter.
The Little Elephant Letter.
Yes.
All right.
And that's
I like it.
that is a throwback inside tribute nod to my former drummer, Joe Mizell.
Oh, okay.
He always, because I
will
was
be
such
the
a
only person reading this.
potentially because I was such a large man previously, as we discussed.
Yeah.
He always thought it would be funny if the band was called Anthony and the Little Elephants. Because
Okay.
yeah.
Because they weren't fat.
Right, yeah, exactly. Because
That
they were
wasn't
not
insensitive
obese.
at all.
Yeah, no.
That's,
Hey, you
that's
know,
good.
That sounds like the right kind of person to hang out with.
Take
though.
him on the chin. you
Yeah.
know?
Both of them. And so
Savage.
that's the line?
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
okay, Little Elephants is fine,
Yeah.
but
Now you're rude. Now you're rude.
now
How do you
you're
feel?
sensitive. All right, so that wraps up this week's episode of the weather report. That we did really well on that, I think, guys. How did you feel about
I feel great.
your first time being an editor in chief?
I mean, I hope it's not the last.
Maybe you'll start something now. There's a hidden talent you didn't know you had before.
Especially
or
if I
maybe you
have
come
you guys.
back on the show.
Yeah. Or write a publication for the show. We could have another Wasted Hour, the newspaper.
Don't twist my arm.
Yeah,
right?
where it's just terrible to read.
Yeah, you might.
I can do
might
that.
lose a hand there.
Another Wasted Hour, the newspaper, the movie. And that would be so you
What?
don't have to read the newspaper. It would just be the movie based off of the newspaper.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. All right. So let's find out a little bit more about you. We talked about kind of the early days and some of the passions you have outside of music. We mentioned you just released a brand new EP called Mountain Songs. We're going to take a listen to On the Line here in a minute. If you are impatient and you need to hear that song right now, go to the 1 hour mark of this podcast. You can hear the entire track. If you want to go see these songs live and join Anthony Dante for his big EP release extravaganza, you can do that on Friday, March 23rd at Gypsy Sally's down in Washington, D.C. Tell us a little bit, how do you describe your music for people that are interested in kind of checking it out? Is On the Line indicative of kind of all of the tracks, or is that something that's kind of a one-off, or where do you settle in?
Great question. So On the Line is one of the more stripped back. I mean, the whole album really is stripped back. It's very minimalist. It is very much vocals, guitar, kind of classic raw folk Americana sounds.
Okay.
Really not a lot of layers.
So like intimacy.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Very intimate, story driven, kind of thematic throughout the whole course of the EP.
Okay.
I wrote all the songs in Colorado. I worked on a ranch before I moved out here.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
guest
Okay.
ranch, and it was really
Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
in the middle of nowhere. So it gave me a lot of time.
There's not a lot of ranches in like urban America. So
Yeah.
you can pretty much, there's not like, and it was really convenient to things.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
nobody says I was at a ranch and it was right next to a Kmart.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
Yeah.
yeah. It was out there. It was
Yeah.
out there.
what did you do on the ranch?
I managed a bar. So I was a bar.
That's not working on a ranch.
Yeah.
That's the most.
Anti-ranch thing. Well, before so it's a guest ranch, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of like
City Slickers, the movie City Slickers.
where
people are-
you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where people are coming and are like, I want to be a cowboy, and then
Kind of, sort of, yeah, pretty much. And so, but before the guests get there, is when you pay your dues.
Oh, okay.
So before, because there's horses and
yeah,
all that stuff.
I would hope so.
Which comes with all the things that need to be done on a normal ranch. So
you do that stuff as well. You're also
Yeah.
a ranch hand,
correct.
along with being a bartender.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
There's
I
a
was
little
gonna
bit
be
more
like-
callous on the hands than just booze.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're kind of like skirting it. If you're like, yeah, I used to work on a farm. What did you do? I gave people drinks. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no, you didn't work on a farm. You worked near a farm.
This was a very unique place because they had horses, and one of the big draws there.
That's not unique for a ranch.
One of the big draws there is you have wranglers that kind of guide you and usher you through the mountains on horseback, and it's very cool. But
Interesting.
the
If you're
wranglers,
in a Wrangler, why do you need a horse?
the wranglers were all female.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, so
Well,
that is
all cars are she's. Everybody, come on, man.
that's right.
Yeah.
So
was your bar like Coyote Ugly then? And the Wranglers would just get up on the bar and be like, "You suck," and like pour drinks on
Ooh.
people.
Rude.
short answer, no, but we did have some wild shit happen. There's always wild shit happening.
Well, because you're far away from everything, so I assume the
Yeah.
City Slickers are like, we're just gonna let loose and be ridiculous because nobody's got their cell phones.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I mean minimal internet, no signal.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
out there.
So that's pretty cool. So that's what inspired kind of the music that you have.
Yeah.
That kind of rural storytelling, intimacy, more of that one-on-one feel where a city is like bustling. You're actually getting to
Right.
know people more one-on-one when you're out in that area.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you live in. It's kind of like an episode of The Real World.
Yeah.
You're locked in with those people, and you
That's
live
true.
and breathe. The same space, and you're very committed, 100%. If you want to quit, all right, you're catching a bus tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe.
Right. So you're in there.
A stagecoach. All right, well, let's take a listen. Take a listen to your track. This is called On the Line. It's from your EP, Mountain Songs. Do you want to set this up at all?
Yeah. So On the Line is special for me because it is me trying to tangibly understand the intangible things that are amazing about fly fishing. So this is a story about fly fishing.
Interesting.
But really it's a story about love and understanding yourself and trying to be a better person and keeping your love on the line. Trying to keep those good things at the forefront of your mind when all else is kind of shitty.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a listen to a clip from this. If you want to hear the entire song right now, feel free to fast forward to the 1 hour mark. But in the meantime, this is just a snippet from On the Line, which is from the EP Mountain Songs by Anthony Dante.
Where do you go when you don't know where to go?
Is that you?
It's not home.
Smoky.
Take to the creek through the aspen with me. Come rest your soul between the freestone, honey. Oh, you're alone. Wait for the bite. Feel the breeze through leaves.
I'll be honest, Anthony, that doesn't sound like the Anthony we've been talking to.
That's what I mean. Obviously, I realized that this is your music, but I was like, what?
Yeah. Before that take, did somebody just come in and punch you in the throat, and then you're like,
Totally.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna sing some now. I'm Anthony Dante.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
So that's fascinating.
Coincidentally, he's also a jazz radio host.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great stuff, man. That's really
thank you
good.
so much.
Are you going to be playing when you play Friday, March 23rd at Gypsy Sally's down in DC? Are you going to be doing that acoustic?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
Gypsy Sally's is great because their sound and the vibe and the tone of the venue really allows for that kind of music to come alive. Where other venues are bars. It's kind of hard to do those songs and
because you just
dig
have people
deep.
talking and
Right, of course.
Yeah.
And
it's more of a listening room, maybe.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
very
right,
cool. So head down Friday, March 23rd. Go check him out at Gypsy Sally's live down in Washington, D.C. for his big EP release. The EP is called Mountain Songs. We just heard a clip called On the Line. You can fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show to listen to the entire track, or head up to www.anthonydante.com to stream the entire EP for free.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fast forward to the 1 hour mark and listen to the song. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, you let me know when you're back.
Thank you, Victor.
Word.
In the meantime, I'm going to introduce you to our newest segment of the episode. This we started just at the beginning of the year. We used to do This Week in History. When we got to the second year of the show, we realized that This Week in History would just be last year's This Week in History. So we had to change it up, and we came up with this, which we call Please God, Just Get One Right. So a category has been chosen for you by our previous guest. Her name is Camille Miller. She's actually going to be, she just played up at the Vinyl Lounge, which is part of the...
So cool.
Yeah, the Gypsy
Awesome.
Gypsy Sally's. When this comes out, she will have already played. Her episodes is coming out on Thursday. But you can go and check out any shows she has at www.camillemiller.com. That's CAMILLE. She's Canadian. She was given the category by Buffalo 40 of volcanoes. That was difficult for her. She felt like she was going to lay the lumber on the next guess. So as any good Canadian would, she picked the category of curling.
Ooh.
All right, I'm back. I heard this. That was a great song. It was a great song. I'm real impressed.
Yeah, you like the whole thing? Excellent. Great. So we're going to ask you a few questions about curling, and you are going to do your best to answer any of them correctly.
Fuck.
If you get one correct, that's your Super Bowl.
Whoa.
That is the championship, and you get to pick a prize out of the box of fun.
Man.
Yeah, Uncle Archie's box of fun is just chock full of fun.
I wish I was hipster enough to be like an academic resource on curling.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
see how we do.
awesome for the record. So I want you to stop your sarcasm right now.
But Dante, please God, just get one right.
Yes. At the end of this, think about it, because you're going to have to unleash some type of hell on next week's guest.
Oh, perfect.
So, would you like to start, Victor?
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
I can also start because I'm ready to go.
what
Oh,
is the name of a shot that curls toward the center line in curling?
I'm going to have to go with a center line shot.
That is a solid guess. No, Keith, what is it?
that curls towards the center line. You know, I'm not sure entirely.
It curls inward.
I'm gonna say a curl shot.
An inward.
An inward curl.
An
Come
inward
on.
curl shot. Ah.
I see what you're doing there.
That
You're
seems-
trying to help us out.
Yeah, you were trying. All right, let's try this. This one's a little harder, but you may have
good.
You may have heard it. When sliding the stones down the ice, where does the stone need to stop in order to score? There's an area of the ice that it needs to stop in for it to count as a score, assuming that all of the other variables also allow you to score.
Yeah, you gotta score.
I feel ashamed slightly because I do love the Winter Olympics and
Yeah.
I watched absolutely 0% of them.
What?
I don't have cable.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the end zone. Official answer, final answer.
good
right.
answer. It isn't. It's called the house. That is the target.
Oh, cool. That
That
sounds
kind
way
of
cooler
bullseye.
than end zone.
It's the house. You're like, I'm bringing my stones to the house.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For
no.
sure.
It makes it sound a lot cooler than it is. All right, Victor.
To start a regular game of curling, you need how many players all together on both teams together?
Man, if there's low hanging fruit here, I feel like it's this one. It's got to be 4. Is it 4? It's either 4 or 5, right?
All righty. You are totally incorrect. It's 8, 4 per team. Come on, man.
4 per team. I feel like you can do. Isn't there like a pairs though? I thought that there was a mixed pairs version.
Clearly, you know nothing about curling.
No, I literally watch all the curling because I fucking love curling. I will admit that right now on this show.
No, it's so fun to watch.
You don't understand. I went curling.
Oh,
So
cool.
there's a place up in Laurel, Maryland, and it's an ice house, and they've got curling sheets just for curling. There's
Can
a
you
curling
drink
club.
while you curl?
I don't know. You're going to be walking around on ice, which seems dangerous.
Can you
while
drink
you're-
while you curl?
Ill-advised, not
Yes.
the best of ideas.
So they have an open house a couple of times a year.
That's cool.
You pay like $20. You go up there for like 4 hours, and they teach you how to curl.
That's actually totally worth it.
It was so worth it.
100% worth it.
Oh, so I could just say I did it. It was awesome.
That's cool.
So I know a good bit, and I thought in the Olympics they had mixed pairs. I thought it was like a guy and a girl on each team, but we'll have to research more on that because I thought that was a really strong answer. All right. A match is split up into different into a number of different ends or rounds, right? How many ends are in Olympic curling? So what is a match of Olympic curling?
Man. What are Canadians? What's their favorite number?
Their favorite number
How many
is
strips of bacon
Sorry.
do you get?
Their
Sorry.
favorite number is sorry.
right. It is
Yeah.
8.
8.
That's my guess.
Now we just sound Italian. Man, final answer is 7.
7. Oh, good guess. 10. It's
All
actually
right.
10.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I don't
weren't
feel
that
too
far
bad
off.
about that
Yeah.
one.
How about you, Victor?
All right. Is this the last one?
I have one more, but yeah,
Okay, so we each have one more.
yeah, we each have one. You started, so you have this one, and then I have one.
I feel like I should have got
All
volcanoes.
right. Should I give him
would've nailed
the
it.
easy one or the real one?
Well, let's see how he does. I'll
All
let
right.
you go back to the easy one after I'm done. If he's completely like just screwed the pooch on
Throw me a
everything.
freaking
All
bone.
right. What line must the rock pass to be considered in play?
Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
The first down.
You're just playing football and you know it.
I know.
What is it, Victor?
The hog line.
Yeah,
the
see, would have never
hog
got that
line.
in my
Yeah.
wildest dreams.
Yeah, no. You,
All right. If you
nope.
paid attention to the Winter Olympics at all,
Ooh.
not necessarily watched it,
Okay.
but paid attention, you might be able to get this.
All right.
If you listen to a prior episode of our show, I think you might also be able to get this. I will take an alternate answer. Who won the women's curling gold medals in this year's Winter Olympics?
Shame on me. I'm not a good American right now.
No.
Don't know. Gonna have to go with Tina Turner. Forever a solid American.
Yeah, no, she did not win curling. She was busy private dancing. So it was Sweden, but I would have also accepted the U.S. men's curling team. They technically won the women's gold medals when they won the men's gold medals and were handed the women's gold medals instead.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oops.
So they were on,
Man.
they put the gold medals on them and they were all high-fiving. They got off the, the podiums and they were like, great job, guys. They turned them over and it was etched women's curling.
I wonder if they hired the
Nice
same
work,
guy that
guys.
gave out the awards for the Oscars.
You think that the
Yeah.
gold medals might have been made by, who was that?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm
No,
sorry.
that was Miss America. That was
Miss America.
Yeah. You had one job.
Yeah. Like living up to this moment.
Yeah.
This
So
magic moment.
yeah. So unfortunately, yeah.
So can you moonlight what's actually in the box of fun? Or
yeah,
is
fun. There's fun in the
All
box of fun. We're gonna give you one because we want you to not go home feeling embarrassed, or go home feeling really
embarrassed.
fucking
Yeah. So,
embarrassed.
right on. Okay.
Here's your last chance.
The
Are you ready?
softball question.
What season is curling primarily played in?
Ooh. Well,
God, that is
I'm gonna have to
that's a trick question.
go for. I feel like it's so obvious that it is not. We're gonna have to go with.
What is it? You gotta
Fall?
commit.
Is it fall? No, it's winter. It's absolutely winter.
It's winter. Oh my god! I thought you were gonna go with fall. I was like, please
my
go with
goodness.
fall. Please go
All
with
right,
fall. That'd
we're
be
gonna
so
give you a
good.
prize just
All right.
so that you don't go home empty-handed.
All right.
That was a pretty lame question to get right, but you did get one
Yeah,
right.
you know.
You did get one right. We're really proud of you for getting the really stupid, shitty one right.
Okay.
All right, so feel free to open that up if you want to.
Seems like there's a right way and a wrong way.
I doubt there is. I would think maybe answering that question in order to earn it was the wrong way. But
What's in the bag?
do you have an idea of what you want what hell you want to unleash on the
Ooh.
next guest of Another Wasted Hour?
Man, okay, so what am I so nerdy about that would absolutely aggravate and agonize someone else?
Yeah.
Obvious ones are like guitar models, but I feel like another musician could come in here and just completely own that. So,
Yeah, we do have a lot of musicians
yeah.
coming in.
Yeah. Let us go with
Is that a diet pun?
no. Ooh, I like where we went with that. Let's go as I was a bartender for a really long time.
Okay.
So
all right.
I have a lot of knowledge about cocktails. Let's go with cocktails.
Cocktails. Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
maybe we don't need to go deeper than that, but let's go with cocktails.
Cocktails. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So whoever is up next, get ready for to figure out where Anthony Dante is playing, so you can go and find him and tell him that he is a shithead for making you guess things about cocktails. All right. So moving on, without further ado, the most important trivia question of all, Dante. We would like to learn more about you, Mr. Dante, I should say. So we are going to drive you into the region of the show that we like to call near and far. Yeah.
Ooh. I like this.
Or
That's what it's all about.
or the bit that I like to call the thing that'll get us sued because we've stolen it from an actual show. So yes.
It's fine.
So we talked a little bit before the show, and you had said on your way here you've actually thought of a few stories that had come up.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with near or far?
Let's start with far.
Far.
Let's start with far.
So you were saying that as part of your far story, it involves a pretty well-known musician, especially for anyone that's over the age of, let's say, 20.
Right.
Right? Maybe
Yeah.
the under 20-year-olds are going to be like, I don't
That's
know.
fair. Yeah.
But so if anybody is a fan of Joe Cocker, your far story is about Joe Cocker.
Correct. Yeah. So
what happened?
Yeah. So to go back about the ranch that I worked at, when I took the job, I found out in a turnabout way that the Mad Dog Ranch, Joe Cocker's ranch, neighbors the ranch that I worked at.
Oh, nice.
And when I say neighbors, I mean like neighbors, as close as you could be.
And still call it a ranch.
And still call it correct. Yeah, exactly.
Like
100%.
Were the houses on the ranch close and the rest of the ranches on the other side of the houses?
So
or when you're talking about neighbors, it was like a mile that way.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah. Right. So if you Google Needle Rock in Colorado.
Needle Rock.
Rock. Yeah. That's actually a volcano or part of a volcano.
Oh, very good to know. Okay.
Anyhow, to get to the throat of the story.
Take your time. We have time. It's fine.
Yeah. So
you're on a volcano with Joe Cocker.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when I got hired, Joe had passed away months prior.
Right.
Rest in peace, Joe. But I got really well acquainted with his wife because they were friends of the ranch.
Who's Betty, right?
Her name's Pam.
Oh,
she's a wonderful person, wonderful lady.
You were close.
Yeah. That's kind of in the same school of thought. Anyway, I got to go.
Betty Cocker, right?
It's just missing,
I've heard of her.
Missing the one R.
Yeah. Well, she lost her husband.
Yeah.
There's a hole there. So don't judge her.
Oh, it never ends.
So you got to know Betty, not Betty, you said
Pam.
Pam. Who's Joe Cocker's wife.
Right. Late wife.
Yeah. And did she run the ranch still?
She was neighbors. So she was a neighbor. Sorry. So she came often.
Okay.
And through bartending and I know, right? Through bartending and things like that, we got well acquainted. Our breakfast chef was the caretaker of the Joe Cocker estate.
Oh, really?
And so we had a very casual party at the Joe Cocker house. I got to play pool on this guy's pool table.
What?
Got a tour of the house.
Oh my God.
And
that's cool.
The whole time I literally couldn't. It's so surreal.
Right.
And he had all these Ray Charles memorabilia things in his house. And so he really loved Ray Charles. And I played his piano ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Joe Cocker's Yamaha amazing piano.
Yeah.
And so it was just a hell of an experience, and I got loaded at Joe Cocker's house.
Is it interesting to see somebody who you look up to, who's the opposite of a living legend, because he's dead, and see that he has a collection of somebody else?
Right, exactly. That you nailed it. It was 100% so surreal because of that, because you realize, oh man, like these people aren't just dropped here with this talent. Like they had aspirations. They had
right. They had people they looked up to
correct,
and thought were amazing. And they're just human beings too, who happen to kind of, follow that line and get to the place that they were hoping to go to. At least we hope, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So that's my far story. Yeah.
Did any other famous people come through the ranch? Like, it seems like it's a thing that maybe people who are well off and want to get away might go to.
Sure. We had a Sugar Ray from the 90s.
The band or the boxer?
Mark McGrath.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So we had his family.
Not him, but his family. Okay.
Yeah, we had the producers of this movie called Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't seen that wonderful film.
Sure. Yeah. No, I've seen that one.
So yeah, I mean, maybe some like C+B- people on the reg.
Okay.
But like a stud walking through.
Yeah.
Like Scarlett Johansson, that kind of league.
Sure.
Not so much.
No, not really.
Not all the time.
Probably don't have time to go muck stalls.
There are other ranches, because this is kind of an industry now. There are other places where those people go, but
interesting. It's just a higher end one, or like, what is it that ranch has that yours didn't?
This one was much more intimate.
Oh, okay.
So
smaller?
Smaller, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where there are more there are ranches out there with more like frill, like, fringe benefits like zip lining and all these other things.
Okay, interesting.
We were known for like our food and our intimacy.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Is that where you'd say you've met the most people who have had some type of fame, or are any other run-ins that you've had like that?
Not so much. Like I said, we met the Jay Giles band. We didn't meet Jay Giles, but we met the Jay Giles band, and we opened up for them. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And they all said Jay Giles was a dick. Sorry, Jay Giles. You're being hates you, bro.
Hey, Jay Giles.
Yeah.
Stop being a dick.
Other than that, I might have, but off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I always feel bad because I don't know how to like judge celebrities because we go like, they're dicks, right? But
They're
I also
humans.
know that like they're just a human being who's like, I gotta go on in 10 minutes. I can't talk to you right now.
Exactly.
Like, I need to do the thing I do to like do my job.
100%.
And so you're like, I understand. Or like I'm on a date with my wife and everyone keeps interrupting me for it's like I just want to have a nice meal. So I'm always like,
fuck off.
Yeah, like so it's hard at some point. Every celebrity, I assume at some point has to be like, I don't want to be a dick, but could you just fuck off? Right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you catch them at that point, that's your only interaction with them, and they're a dick.
Yeah.
Right. And so we did that. We did a show with Third Eye Blind, and we never met them. They were like in their own room, and they never came out and stuff like that. And so I'm like, I mean, the other bands I've played with were all really cool. They were like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, I mean, they're kind of dicks, right?
Yeah.
But I never actually met them or anything. I didn't
Like
they didn't come
you
over
didn't
and
shoot
like
the shit and
step
like
on my
hang out.
toes
Yeah.
or something.
Right.
They're like they on the way to the stage or just punch me in the face. So they had to do their thing and get they're away from home and
Totally
trying to have some of their own space. It's hard to say. So Near was your other one, and this is interesting because before we started the show, you said that your Near story had to do with fly fishing.
Yeah. So,
but then you also said that your track also had to do with fly fishing. So this is something that's a theme.
Yeah,
in your life.
exactly. So the fly fishing thing is a matter of complete coincidence and synchronicity.
Okay.
So before I moved out here, I went on a fly fishing trip with one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And we fished this place called the Crystal River. If you ever get a chance to fish it, you're fly fishing, go do it. It's in Colorado. Anyway.
Are you an avid fly fisher?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
100%. So we fished this river called Crystal River, and it exists in the town called Marble, Colorado.
Marble, Colorado. Okay.
I had the best fishing day of my life still. Between the two, there were three of us. Yeah, there was this gal he was dating at the time. Between the three of us, we all must have caught literally 150 trout.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Where did you put them?
You just catch and release.
Okay. You're catching and releasing. Okay.
That's the same one. It was the same one.
Yeah, you just caught the same
That's
fish
happened to me. That's happened to me.
100 times.
I've caught the same fish in the same day.
It's just full of holes.
Yeah.
Like,
So that river, they pulled the marble out of that river and the surrounding quarries to build the Lincoln Memorial.
oh, interesting.
Oh shit.
And so when
That seems far.
when I got the job here,
Yeah.
I moved here, it had occurred to me that I fished in the same river that the Lincoln Memorial was, kind of from.
Yeah.
And so when I went to the Lincoln Memorial, I had this crazy moment of like, come full circle.
Yeah,
Like,
connection.
You have
Yeah.
that moment in your life. You're like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And that for me was like,
interesting.
wow, I must have made a good decision to come here because
Right.
it was so, because that day to me is so special. It was a best friend of mine. It was in the most beautiful place in the world, and we had such a great day fishing. It sounds kind of hokey, but when
that's
I
cool.
came out here, that to me was kind of like the universe being like, you did it, man. Like you're doing all right.
Do you still do you ever go back to the Lincoln Memorial? Like if you have a rough day or something to kind of get like that feeling again?
I've been back.
Yeah.
I've been back, and it does kind of restore a little bit of
Revitalize?
yeah. It does restore a little bit of that good juju. That good feeling.
No,
Yeah.
I understand. Like sometimes when storms roll through, you'll get that feeling as well. Like you're like, oh, there's a storm. I should do stuff. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
things. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
My life's in the right.
Gotta live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I could see how having that deeper connection could actually cause that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Have you fly fished anywhere else?
Sure. Yeah. There's a bunch of places around here. If you're willing to drive, Western Maryland's fantastic. Obviously, you got Shenandoah Valley.
Yeah.
My favorite place around here is called the Gunpowder River.
Oh, interesting.
And they have a special section that is
where you shoot fish.
yeah, which actually is a thing too.
Yeah.
You can do that with a bow and arrow. It's amazing.
All right, so if you want to shoot fish, go to the Gunpowder River and do that. We are out of time, though. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank
Anthony.
you so much for having me.
Again, if you guys don't remember, he is playing Friday, March March 23rd at Gypsy Sally's in Washington, D.C. for his EP release. EP is called Mountain Songs. You heard the song On the Line. That's Anthony Dante. Also, Thursday, March 22nd, Fuzz Queen at Our Wicked Lady in New York, New York. Friday, March 23rd, Anthony Dante at Gypsy Sally's in D.C. Surprise Attack at Garden Grove Brewery and Urban Winery in Richmond. Fuzz Queen at Century in Philadelphia. Box Air at Moonshadow in McHenry, Maryland. Saturday, March 24th, Box Air at the 8x10 in Baltimore. Gianna Pinata and Moonshadow in McHenry, Maryland. Surprise Attack at Crossbones Tavern in Greenville, North Carolina. Sunday, March 25th, our friends Fuzz Queen at the Depot in Baltimore. Please like our posts. Do all of that. We can't do it without you. Thanks everyone for all the things you do. Thanks most to Anthony Dante for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour, and if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.
When you don't know where to go, and it's not home, take it to the creek, through the aspen with me. Come rest your soul between the freestone, honey, oh, you're alone, wait for the bite. Feel the breeze through leaves. Before we go, drain your mind of all his wounds. Let him know at the river should owe you so. Feel her pulse. Oh, between your toes. Is it a Copper John? Juicy Hyper, Mayfly Dove? They mustn't know what makes them jump. I'm alive, I'm alive. It's Sunday, new pools and renewed faith, sunshine on my face. And boy, what is it you fish for anyway? Try to catch those fake little bugs. Is it piece of dreaming of? Set the hook and reel it in. Don't forget your name. Oh, again. I wait a river all the time, reel and unwind, sit back to rise, oh my love, online. Don't let the rain hit you behind that window pane. You ain't fishing in vain. Let it wash all you heard, pain.